Thank you, Ron. I see we have a very disciplined panel and everybody keeps on time. Elon, in my job, I'm meeting all the time with the heads of states, of different states, some of which don't have diplomatic relations with Israel. And all you hear from them is admiration about the Israeli high-tech industry that you represent. So the question to you is, how can you explain that Israeli companies, especially in the tech sector, are so widely respected? And how have you managed to avoid boycotts in the countries in which you operate?
Okay, so thank you for having me. I'm not sure if it's a good thing for you, because I'm going to ruin now the discipline. I wanted to present a presentation, but I can't. So I printed some slides, and this is how we're going to do my presentation. So first of all, here you can see. Okay, so I'm starting with this slide. Yeah, I love my kids, and I'll get back to it. I have 3 kids and a wife. And I really love my kids, and this is how I'm going to end this story. But let's start from the fact that when we're talking about Startup Nation, it's not only a book. Startup Nation is actually the country of Israel. Israel is a startup nation. It's a miracle, but it's a startup nation. And it's a story of all kind of crazy people from some reason decided to live in this country for a very long time. And I want to tell you a story of a few of them. But although we are the land of milk and honey, when you look for milk and honey today on Google, this is what you will find. It's a band, an Algerian band, that is called Milk and Honey. So we don't have milk and honey in Israel, but we do have a lot of brains. And the way we operate in Israel is that when we have a problem, we will find a solution. And this is exactly what my grandfather David did when he had to meet my grandmother Rivka. He was from Kiryat Ata, and Rivka was from Jerusalem. Yes. And every time he went to meet her in Jerusalem, the Jordanian used to shoot on them on the way to Jerusalem in Sha'ar HaGai. So he took a truck and welded metal around the truck and built himself an armor. And this is how he drove to meet his love in Jerusalem. And this guy here on the corner is my father. So this pimp my ride to this truck probably was a very successful one. But then the country started, and suddenly my other grandparents, here they are. Pinchas and Yafa, they came from the Holocaust as survivors from Poland, and suddenly the land had to feed 3 million people instead of 600,000 people. And the Israeli became the best in the world in agriculture technology. And this is all thanks to, when we have a problem, we find a solution for it. Actually, if we won't find a solution, we will all die. So we must find a solution. In my free time, I'm part of Team Space IL. Team Space IL, yes. We are building the first Israeli spaceship to land on the moon. Israel is going to be the 4th empire to land on the moon after the Soviet Union, United States and China. And we are doing this to motivate young people in Israel to study science and technology. We met until now more than 60% of the kids from 1st grade to 6th grade. One of our founders is your student, was your student. And in 2018, we're going to have the Israeli flag and Am Yisrael Chai on the moon with our spaceship. I ruined your panel. 2 more hours and I'm done. On my day-to-day, I build ventures. In Israel, we build ventures. We build the best ventures in the world. We build the best technologies in the world. And once we build technologies that are so good, no one cares if they are built in Israel. Believe me, most of the BDS organizations, when they are planning their attacks on Israel and building all their files, they store them on a disk on key that was developed in Israel. When they need to build a website for their local organization, they do it probably on Wix. When they navigate themselves to their protest, they're doing it with Waze, of course. And the rich ones that are financing it, probably when they're driving their luxurious cars, they don't ask the dealer if it has an automatic navigating system of Mobileye in it. They just want a good car with the best navigating system. So we believe that we need to be so good they can't ignore you. And if you develop technologies that they can't live without, and I can tell you that all these little boys that are boycotting Israel and they go and play with their Xbox, they don't care if their Kinect was developed in Israel. They just want to play with their Xbox. I have a venture called Bosco. It's a platform that helps parents know better what's happening with their kids, and it alerts when there is a cyberbullying attack on the kid, when the kid is stressed and things like that. I developed it because I love my kids, and I need this to have a better relationship with my kids. 2 months ago, we opened a beta of this, and like good Jewish parents, we downloaded it and told our friends, and suddenly some bloggers contacted us, and we had a lot of downloads from the United States, from England, from France, and then from Turkey, and then from Egypt, and then from Iran. And we have Jewish mothers in Iran that cares about their kids. Apparently, when you give a good solution and moms are still moms and they care about their kids, they will also use your solution. So you need to be so good they can't ignore you.
Okay. Elon just sent me a note saying that those who want to register for the first flight to the moon, the registration will start immediately after the session. So stay around, and the registration, we have here Sasha, who will take the names, and hopefully it will be easier than to get, and here you have already even the pin. So stay around. Thank you for this very impressive high-tech presentation representing the high-tech service.